Om Shanti, good morning. So today we will revise Bhagavata's Murli of 18th January 1987. We've all heard the epic Murli, beautiful Murli, where Baba gave signs of Karmatit stage. And Baba was sharing how the more we come closer to the Karmatit stage, the more there will be a natural sense of detachment. When we souls perform actions in this drama of life, when we are body conscious, then we create a lot of bondages and attachments. And Baba gave a lot of examples around that, and attachments not only at a physical level, but also during our spiritual journey, we can create attachments. And so Baba was describing how it is. The first step really is to experience detachment from the body and the world of the body. And the more we experience detachment, the more there is automatic love. And Baba was inspiring us to keep checking whether love changes into attachment. And Baba gave a lot of pointers. And Baba gave the example of Brahma Baba, how Brahma Baba reached his Karmatit stage by staying detached in a natural way. So today the thought was we'll try and look a little bit deeper into detachment and what is the effort that Brahma Baba made, and then how it is able to inspire us to do the same. So I have a few slides. Is the slide visible to everyone?
Yes, Sarukbhai.
Thank you. And so this Murli was of the Smriti Divas, 18th January, and Baba was describing how Brahma Baba remained free from bondages. And Baba said in that Murli that there are two lessons. The first lesson is of being bodiless, and then the last lesson is of being a conqueror of attachment and embodiment of remembrance. And Baba said the first lesson is the method, and the last lesson is the result. And so the first lesson is what Brahma Baba really practiced and ingrained within himself. So, really, Brahma Baba's efforts on this journey, and who is our role model, is renouncing the right on body. Baba really surrendered his body to Shiv Baba and really had this thought that this body is for godly service. And Baba had this deep realization and a natural attention in whatever Baba would do. And so, when we souls use the body, do we use it by feeling that I own it, this is my body, or do we use it as an instrument? And the more I realize that, we say that I, the soul, I am in the body, but the reality over the last 2500 years of being in body consciousness is that somewhere body has entered the soul. Somewhere we only think about the body, we only see the body, we only care about the body. And by body, it's just the body and the role, the character, everything around it. And so the really first step is to feel that this body is not mine. This body is an instrument that Shiv Baba has gifted me, and that I'm using it for Baba's seva. So the more I renounce the right on the body, I take the first step forward in my spiritual journey. Baba's world is above and beyond the story. He enters the story as a visitor with the only purpose to awaken souls. Story is limited by expectations, challenges, fears. That is karma bandhan. But life outside the story is filled with freedom, security, zero expectations, and zero desires. That is karmatit. My truth, my reality, my dignity all exist outside the story naturally and eternally. So, just as Baba lives outside the story, and when Baba enters the story, he has the clarity that he is entering the story as a visitor. And the reason he's entering the story is to awaken the souls as a guest. And the same, the more I experience that I, the soul, I am with Baba outside the story in my home of light. And then I enter this little drama, this play of life that is happening. It is a story. And my purpose also is to come and awaken the souls. And because the story is a limited story and the character is a limited character, the character has a beginning and an end. And that's where the story has limitations. It is bound by expectations, challenges, and fears. And the more I base my reality in the story, I fall prey to Maya. And that's where I create bondages. And the more I continue my spiritual journey of staying outside, just like Baba, the more than the freedom of being a soul, the security, not having to lose anything, because nothing really belongs to me. And then there's nothing to expect, and there are no desires. And to experience it naturally is the karmatit stage. And so, very simple shift in awareness of being up there and then entering this physical world as a guest from time to time. And as soon as the act is performed, I move beyond. And so that's the effort that Brahma Baba made very natural. The more I love Baba, I begin to spend time with him, begin to admire him and his unconditional nature of giving. Life outside the story is beautiful, where Baba and his world are real and not just a practice or meditation. The more I live outside the story, Baba's qualities are activated in the soul in a natural way without any effort. And so I realize the more I spend time with Baba, I live with Baba above and beyond the story, then it's not just a practice or a meditation, but it becomes my reality. And then whatever Baba experiences, freedom, bliss, that is what I, the soul, also experience in a natural way, without any effort. Avyak Bab Dada lives outside the story. Sakar Baba made the effort to consciously live outside the story, and the month of January inspires us to do the same. And this Murli was spoken on 18th January, and we're also moving towards January very soon. And it's just this inspiration to live outside the story, to base my reality outside the story, and to really consciously have this awareness that I live there, and then from there I descend on this physical planet, take support of the body, perform an act, and then after the act is performed, I move up, above, and beyond. Body is the instrument that keeps me in the story. Without the body, I'm naturally beyond the story. The story is now coming to an end, and it's time to leave this body to become bodiless. And so, really, the effort to be bodiless is to see that I, the soul, am about to leave the body. And I, the soul, I am in this story because of the body. And when I, the soul, reach my karmatit stage, then naturally all the bondages to the body are naturally removed. And then I experience a natural sense of detachment. And then I become bodiless and go back home with Baba. So let's just take a moment to take our awareness right now from this physical body, this physical world, this character. We feel we are this tiny point of light in our home, our reality, our life, our existence is all up above with Baba. There's nothing that we have to do with the physical dimension. We live here with Baba in absolute stillness and silence. We only see Baba, we feel Baba, and we experience Baba's unconditional love. Now, as we souls play our roles in the drama of life, uh, this attention, Baba said, has to be there so that I stay in the clarity and I don't create attachments. So, what is that line that often Baba talks about? Is a line where I fall into attachments. And so I use it, I enjoy it, I like it. That is fine. But after that, when I want it, I need it, I depend on it. So my happiness depends on an external prop in the drama. I need something to make myself feel secure. And that's where we cross the line. And Baba gave the example of, right, that we can easily let go of attachments to our Lokics, but sometimes in the Lokic family, we could even create attachments. He's my student, he's theirs, like that. And so Baba was saying that the more I consciously pay attention to not crossing the line, come into interaction and see everyone as souls and enjoy Baba's company and Baba's family, but still being detached. And that's the just a little attention that we keep. And how do I know that I am detached? What are some of the feelings that I will have when I'm completely detached? So I'll feel this naturally. When I'm detached, I own nothing and nothing owns me. I own nothing and nothing owns me. There will be nothing that will be uh, taking my mind away from the reality, from the truth. And uh, an easy way to see and practice detachment, it says it's an art of enjoying something while always being open to the possibility of losing it someday. So I enjoy everything, but I stay open to the possibility that I will lose it, so that I don't create attachment. Right. And when I don't own something, I will naturally think less about it. When I own something, I will naturally think more about it. So if I'm thinking about something or someone a lot, it just means that somewhere I have created a bondage. So there is a little video, and we'll watch. Maybe we can take some time to watch it. It's a clip where we'll see how much we, carry from not just um, this role, this birth, from past so many births, and how the moment we experience God's love, we are able to detach from it and then share that love with others. Is that okay? We'll just watch a little clip.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, just pause the recordings.
In the video, we uh, saw how, just like this gentleman, we souls also carry so much of baggage and heaviness from so many, scenes of drama, not just from this life, but from so many past lives. And all that baggage is what Baba says, does it allow us to be ourselves? And then we have been attached to it, just like all those labels were sticking to him. In the same way, I, the soul, I have allowed all of those things to be stuck on me. And that's what I'm holding on to. But when Baba enters our life, and Baba really loves us the way we are, and that feeling of belonging to Baba then converts all our attachments into love. And that's what Baba also gave the example of lotus, to stay detached and love and loving. And maybe before we end, there was another little video that wanted to play, and this is to do with a story, and the story is also symbolic of our spiritual journey, of what happens when Baba comes into our life, and how our uh, sense of seeing the world changes, seeing the self changes. Om Shanti. Sure. So thank you. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. So we'll just take a moment to be with our big O and the one who has taught us to be like him. Om Shanti. Sure. So I'd like to open up, and if anyone would like to share any thoughts, please feel free. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Saurabh.
Om Shanti, Girishabi.
You have very unique way, I think, of hitting the concept in mind. But there were a few things which really put me off. Like when you came, there were only two keywords which I could take from the first part of your presentation: guest, detachment. And you gave the example of Brahma Baba. But if I just go pages over the past and see, I don't think before Shiv Baba entered him, he loved his body. He knew he was here for a purpose. But what specific purpose? That was only to ascend. Just a few days back, I remember listening to a song, I forgot the singer, 108 affirmations of gratitude to the body. Thank you, tongue. Thank you, cheek. Thank you, chin. Thank you, eyes. Thank you, forehead. It was such a beautiful thing for me to depart from this body. But after listening to the first part of your thing, I don't know, you can correct me. You made me feel body as zero, zero, zero. It is absolutely zero, waste, useless, garbage. Don't Should I not think this towards the end? I am not fixed, attached to the body, right? I do agree. But just even before I leave it saying, I don't know, it gave me a look like just throw the body away. I don't know why I got such kind of isolated feeling, but that's what I got. I just want to clear this concept from my system. If you could just ratify it.
Right. Yeah, of course, body is the most special instrument that we souls have been given as a gift. And so I feel it's, like you said, to be grateful to the body, because through this only we were able to come to Baba and recognize Baba and live this life at the confluence age, but also to have a kind of um, uh, this conscious kind of attention to realize that the body is an instrument, and then I don't feel the ownership on it. I use it, but then I don't feel the ownership of it. And the more I don't feel the ownership, I'll probably take care of it better. I would, really feel that whatever is healthy for the body, I'll feed it. Whatever is good for the body, I'll make sure to do it. But compared to, the consciousness of just using it for my own happiness. So that's where, like in body consciousness, we souls forget ourselves and then use the body to feel happy. But then in soul consciousness, we are just, taking care of the body, actually in a much better way, because we have so much of respect for the body.
But doesn't the owner take a better care than a renter, a person who stays on rent? Can
Mm,
he take better care than the owner? Isn't the owner much more attached to that body to take care?
mm, mhm. Yeah, and that's where, when I feel I own it, because the reality is that I, the soul, don't own it. That's the reality. And And when I feel I own something, that's where I'll create attachment to it, because then I don't want to lose it. And then that's where, the whole Karam Bandhan will come in. Mhm.
Om Shanti.
Okay.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Thank you, Saurabh Bhai. That's a very eye-opening video you have. Miss presentation, nice presentation, and like that video. Your Miss totally Miss detachment is and the Baba's that's role model. It's really role model. And um, uh, and his awakening soul that you mentioned. That's the first. We are the with this awareness should be there. We are the instrument. It's the first awareness we should have, and through this awareness, when we this only awareness gets everything, which makes me wake detach. So this awareness is very much of importance. And this second, the awakening to soul, awakening to herself, and awakening to others, like Brahma Baba has did. So, and role model is a person who goes that path and makes path easy for others. So he has made us pass to this how to become get this as enjoy every and moment. As second video you have that you have to enjoy every moment. You can enjoy every moment. You have the power that in lonely you was very lonely at the peace, as you say. Shared is a very fantastic way that you are peace first of all, and you are something I can't grow, I can't do anything. Then the Baba came through the Brahma Baba, so that made me so rock and roll and ability, what virtues we have, what qualities we have, the soul, and awaken us and make us roll. So that I got feeling. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Saurabhai. That's very wonderful. And thank you very much. Thank you, Divine Family. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Bhaijan. Thank you, Baba.
Yeah, Om Shanti. So it's very wonderful. I mean, the practice of detachment that you just shown out there. So very inspiring, Saurabhai. And also, yeah, so we all are in the story, and yet we have to experience a life, out of the story. So, and for Joe Baba, it is easy because he is already out of the story. And but yes, like you rightly pointed out, Brahma Baba made the effort to live a life out of the story. So, so that is the kind of practice that Brahma Baba has that made him that right. He could go beyond all the bondages, and I suppose when we also make that practice, right? So that is when all the bondages and the karmic accounts that all get cleared, because that is also making your way clear to reach that stage. Because when we make this effort to get there, so some of the karmic accounts will also pull us down, right? And everybody is different when it comes to the baggages that each one of us is carrying. And but yes, of course, we shouldn't be remembering that, but instead we should focus on staying detached from the body. So that would be the main effort. But if you look at it, yes, 24/7 we are in the story. We are using the body, and but yet when we use the body, the awareness that we have to maintain is, I am out of the story. That means I am out of. That is the reality, though. But what happens is, maintaining that awareness consistently. That is where, I suppose, one needs to practice. So here Shiv Baba said Brahma Baba had it. He was that attention was natural for him, right? So he was, I think, I mean, I'm sure Brahma Baba would have put a lot of effort to maintain that. And then that practice of paying attention over and over, that also would have created a sanskar within him. And he was able to, reach that stage of karmatit. And he demonstrated, and now it is, each one of us will have to make that effort and then reach that stage. Yeah. Thank you so much for that wonderful direction on that, in the story and out the story. Yeah. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Bijit Bhai. Thank you, Baba.
Saurabh Bhai, when
Om
Bijit
Shanti.
Bhai mentioned the story, see, unless the story starts, unless action comes, unless challenges come, unless I know what I am, what I was, and this, when I come out of it, do I realize I am a missing piece? I'm a misfit piece. So there has to be some action. There has to be, the story has to start. It's only later when I'm in the story, I take role models of people who go about the story and beyond the story. But the story has to be there. And the awareness that you are this piece until the big O comes. The missing piece didn't know it, rocked and rolled, and it really faced challenges. And it was not that the world was not helping him. Every part of that challenge, the world tried to help. But I couldn't get only the last part of the video when Big O said, shapes change and something else changes. And then it says, okay, goodbye. So it's just an awareness which we get at the end. But still, story goes on. I have to enjoy the story. I have to live it. I have to know, but I should not live and enjoy thinking it, oh, I'm going to lose it one day. Like one of the slides you said, anyhow, I'm going to lose it. Like I feel it's a very pessimistic view I should take of myself. I'm going to lose it someday. I should enjoy it. It's only later when I come to know it's losing. Otherwise, the journey of the story, oh, anyway, anyhow, you're not going to be with me. Is that the pessimistic view? Then all this, then what is the first part of the cycle when I enjoy everything, the beautiful way I enjoy? So can you just say that why should I even have the thinking in before? Oh, I'm going to lose. What happens to the child in the womb? It won't enter at all. It will say, anyhow, I'm going to lose. So why enter the womb? Let me be out of the womb. Do you think such a kind of view, that one slide which I said, I own nothing. Okay, that is that. Should it not be at the end to become karmatit?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's a journey, of course, and it's mainly like a checking point. Of course, when we are playing our part, we play it to the full, and we really enjoy everything that we are doing. And that's what Baba says, liberation in life, Jivan Mukti. But it's just that, like to keep on track and not to get into the Karam Bandhan. It's like, just to have this as a checkpoint, not like, it's like not to allow it to interfere in our experience in the moment, but it's just like a checking, because, when we drive a car on a road, we of course enjoy the ride and we enjoy the scenes and the sunrise or whatever. But also we need to be cautious. Cautious, someone is walking, and what is my speed limit? If there is a red light. And so, in the same way, this spiritual journey, we souls are here, it's for us to enjoy. But at the same time, a natural sense of attention so that I don't cross my limits means I stay as a guest. I don't become a host, right? So it's just a natural awareness. And, just like a traveler, goes to a different country to enjoy, but he also has this, caution, attention that I should not forget my passport, I should not forget my wallet. So, in the same way, it's like on this spiritual journey, we are free to enjoy, free to do everything, but just to have this inner attention that I don't cross the line. And that's what I thought, yeah. Mhm. Any other thoughts?
Just okay. Um, since it's a journey, of course, and then in this journey, some comes early, some come late, right? So, um, that's just a thought I thought I will share. And some would realize that they came late, right? So, of course, this thought will be there in their mind. Would there be enough time for them to reach that stage? Because the practice, that needs to be done is so much, and um, you know, um, and the time given is comparatively, is less. So some would have that worry, right? Will I be able to reach my destination? So what I am and what I want to become, right? So more practice is required. So how would you really look at this, Saurabh?
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, I remember even when I came, I had this, concern that time is short. And, of course, it's a good concern to have in a way, so that I, stay on track and, I don't let lose the mind so that it gets distracted. But, as I've moved on in the journey, I've realized is just to take one day at a time and just to just not to make a lot of plans, but just to take one day at a time and just to live in the soul and enjoy this moment with Baba and the family. And the more I just take it, just one day at a time, and just try to make the full use of it, I think everything else kind of automatically falls into place. Because if this spiritual effort becomes a worry, then actually it somewhere doesn't allow us to be soul conscious. And then Baba often says we then become time conscious. But soul consciousness is this natural flow of pure energy of the soul, and this natural remembrance of the truth, I feel. So yeah, that's been my experience. Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. Wonderful.
I just wanted to ask you what you meant by late awareness. Is it for the souls who descend, who take only a few births? Or is it in this last life of mine? Like Saurabai gave the example that we had the awareness late, we came very few. Because I remember Baba mentions in the Murlis, we call something a stuff grease. When the grease is tough, you need really to remove it. So it takes a long time for some of the grease to remove it. So such souls have to really need a long time. But there are some grease which will just touch and go. So maybe even those who came late, that's why Baba says, jo late aayenge, first aayenge. The
Mm.
grease may be there, but it's a touch and go. So you'll get like, the scientific inventions, action 500, headache goes. So maybe such kind of people will get that touch and go and it'll go off. So the question is not of whether I've come late. The question is once I have come, have I made an attempt to remove that grease? Or still I roll on saying, liking that. If I know there is something round the corner, somebody waiting for me to remove the grease, did I immediately take awareness? I think that one alone, whether even I come in the final moment, Baba saying, end में भी आएंगे 7 दिन के कोर्स नहीं करेंगे वो उठ के उड़ने लगेंगे. So I feel the question of lateness doesn't arise here. The awareness that, oh, I'm greasy. Okay, let me just go and take that plan. Is it like that, Saurabai?
Yeah, that's a very nice example, Kirchhoff. Yeah. Right. And if you really think about it, actually, spiritual journey and experiences, they don't take a long time. It's more about my interest and attention. It's like anything in life. Suppose if someone wants to lose weight, they can actually follow a regime and a diet and everything. Even in a month, they can, reduce a lot. But if they're not interested, then, it will take forever. And I feel even in spiritual journey, if I'm really interested, even in 1 week or a month, the soul can actually experience a lot. But it's all about my level of interest, in learning about spirituality and coming closer to Baba, and then my attention towards it. And then I also feel that, to make it, to allow it to come naturally, so that Tivra Purusharth, not to make it so intense that it takes out that element of naturality, like naturalness from my life, but somewhere to integrate spiritual consciousness, in a very natural way, in whatever I am doing, so that I can sustain it. Mhm.
Yeah, Saurabh, just to add on to what you just
Mhm.
mentioned, if we look at even from outside of it, Swami Vivekananda is a classic example of how soon he reached the elevated stage and he left his body at a very early age. Now, just giving that example, and as you mentioned, that it no, you made another analogy that if somebody has to do something, it's not about the time, it's about the quality, interest, intention, and when you pay attention to the intention, um, is when the shift happens. Yeah, that was very powerful. I have another uh, thought which I wanted to put across, and if you can reflect on this bit of it, as the Murli was all about karma teeth, being karma teeth. How would you see from your perspective uh, attachment and being karma teeth moving together? In the sense, what is your view on how does these two things run in the journey?
Mhm. Right. I think the more we come closer to the karmatit stage, then naturally attachment changes into love, and we naturally feel a sense of love and belonging towards everyone, so that the practice of detachment actually allows us to be loving towards everyone, and then we'll see that things or people or situations that would otherwise influence us or bother us, or we would see someone's soul sanskar. But the more we are getting closer to karmatit stage, there would be a natural feeling of love and mercy and unconditional acceptance towards everyone. And it's just, sometimes Baba gives the example of halwa. It's like Baba says, like when the halwa is almost about to be, finished, it will automatically leave the corners. That's how I know that it is finished. And but then it is also, reached its kind of complete potential, and then it's, of service for others too. In the same way, the more we reach, closer to our journey, this sense of detachment, from the role, and then natural love and belonging towards the soul will become a very natural experience. And that's where Baba can use the soul also for seva.
Beautiful, Saurabhai. Just one, if Rakhi Ben will allow me one small thing. Karmatit people. See, it's believed in scriptures. Karmatit means you attain moksha, you get aham brahmasmi, you go and join with the element. But knowledge, what does it tell us? Do karmatit people take a birth? Brahma Baba has not taken a birth. But every other soul other than Brahma Baba, it's even now he has given us the secret of so many souls taking birth. So karma teeth, so that means have they attained karma teeth? So karma teeth means not taking another body. Does it mean that? What is the clarification? If I am a soul, a BK soul or any soul, how do I take it? The final role of a karma teeth soul.
Yeah, I think, like when Baba mentioned earlier in the Murli, like Baba is seeing, the gathering of angels and of Vyakta angels. I think, the more we come closer, the more we will, be angelic. The more, towards the end of our journey, we will all serve as angels. And I feel like that's where, the more we are. And the word karmatit could also be, kind of understood as karam bandhanatit. Means, of course, we are doing karma, but we are beyond the effect of the bondage of karma. Means we're no longer creating any bondages. We're just, living our life as angels.
So there is a birth, but you call it as angelic birth. A birth where they take, where they are not tied to that body. I mean, souls who have attained karmatit, right?
Like even like mama or dadis, those who are leaving the bodies, they might, they would have taken another body, but that body, that role is just for Baba's seva. It's not for like, any bondage, but it is out of service. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Rabbi, in the interest of time, let's move on to meditation.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
we would definitely love to have a quick song from you for meditation.
Mhm. Sure. Let's remember Baba. कोई शैना भाती है अब, याद घर की आती है, करे इशारा किरण तुम्हारी, जैसे हमें बुलाती है, तेरी याद में समा के हम तो तुम सा ही बन जाए, पास तेरे उड़ आए, पास तेरे उड़ आए, जी करता है बाबा हम पास तेरे उड़ आए, पास तेरे उड़ आए, जो पिंजरे से उड़कर पंछी नील गगन में जाए, पास तेरे उड़ आए, पास तेरे उड़ आए, पास तेरे उड़ आए, पास तेरे उड़ आए। ओम शांति। थैंक यू बाबा।
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Saurabh Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a blissful day.